Hey, what's going on, everybody? It is May 11th, 2024. I am the New World Order Survival Guy, and I want to give it into the top 10 elements of survival, in my opinion. So, the first one I want to get into is water. Everybody knows water is essential to life and to everything else. So, let's get started. And this is in no particular order, but water is number one, in my opinion. Everybody should learn how to gather water, to contain water, to filter water, to find water, and to transport water. Depending on what situation you're in, water, they say you can't live 3 days without water. That's not really accurate. You can live longer than that, or you can live less than that, depending on what type of environment you're in, what time of year it is, and how much activity you're doing. Now, just because you can live 3 days without water doesn't mean you can sustain yourself for 3 days without water. Because a lot of times, especially in a survival situation, you will be disoriented. You will have issues and won't be able to function after just a few hours without water. It's going to hold you back. Take that in consideration. You need to locate where your water sources are. You need to have water by you at all times where you are residing in any type of survival situation. You need water mainly to drink, to consume, to keep you alive, but there's other survival necessities that require water. You know, not crucial, not detrimental in some of the aspects, but you need to have hygiene. You need to clean things like dishes and stuff like that. Maybe animals, which is also crucial. Um, Watering plants. Water is definitely essential. As everybody knows, you need water. You need to learn how to purify it. Like I said on many different shows, you need to learn the water situation in your um, survival prepping uh, deal. Food. Food, they say you can live a month without food. Maybe, maybe not. There's people that live a few months without food, but they weren't in a survival situation. Once you stop eating, your body starts to digest the fat content in your body. So obviously, the more fat content you have, the better off you'll be in that type of situation. Otherwise, if you don't really have much fat, your body's going to start consuming your muscle tissue in your body. And that's when you start to deteriorate. So, food is very important. May not be number two, but it is very important. Obviously, um, any means, knowledge or anything with hunting, trapping, fishing, gathering, you know, you have to have your knowledge of that. Very important. Obviously, you're going to need food to survive, but may not be number two. Shelter, I would put more to number two. Keep yourself out of the elements, whether it's the cold or heat, especially at night when hypothermia can kick in. Even if you're in a desert, a lot of times it'll be scalding hot in the daytime, but at nighttime it gets super cold and hypothermia can kick in. So, learning how to make a shelter is crucial in all aspects of survival. It's not only for cold and heat, but it's also for morale. So, there's many different kinds of shelters to make and many different elements and areas and stuff like that, from igloos to caves to just many different types of shelters to make and many different types of situations. Um, so not just um, shelter, but bedding. Like if you're in some super cold or something like that, and you're laying on the ground, it's gonna suck that heat right out of you. You need to also learn how to make a bedding, which is putting um, foliage, leaves, branches, whatever, in between you and the ground to keep in your body heat. Obviously, if you have any sort of mylar blankets or something like that, it'll help keep the blankets in. Any type of insulation, whether it's around you or under you or on you, very important. So, shelter and bedding, very important. The next one is fire. Fire, obviously, keeps you warm, keeps your food cooked, not just cooked, but it also kills a lot of the pathogens and the nasty crap, and that's in a lot of food. Like, for instance, squirrels and stuff, they carry a lot of nasty stuff and diseases in there. And a lot of times, that fire can kill that stuff. You have to cook it really well. And along with boiling water and stuff like that, you can set rocks next to the fire, build it throughout, and it'll heat the rocks up. And then you could put a perimeter of the rocks around you, or even underneath, in some cases, what you're laying on your bedding, and it'll keep you warm. It'll keep you alive. Hot rocks, very important. Just be careful. You got to heat them up slowly, or else they could explode, and there could be some trouble there. So, heat, whether it's cleaning, washing, um, for water, cooking food, keeping you warm, it keeping bugs away, keeping animals away, predators. Um, it's very important. That's one of the key elements to survival. The next one. Now remember, this is in no specific order. Is self defense. You have to learn how to defend yourself, human or beast, because you're out surviving or you're home. You have to have, um, excuse me, knowledge of self defense and tools or weapons of self defense. There's a bear, there's a coyote, there's a wolf, there's a badger, anything. And human. There's so many things out there that are not your friends. I think of something like deer kill more people a year than bears and mountain lions and stuff combined. Moose are a threat. That's a big animal, man. Moose is moose is huge, and they are powerful and they are quick and they are precise on their attacks. Bear, you already know they have superhuman strength. Wolves, often they come in packs. Coyotes come in packs. There's a lots of shit to learn. Snakes, spiders. There's lots that go with self defense, even down to mosquitoes and stuff like that, biting flies. You have to learn how to defend yourself on all those. A bear comes charging at you. You got to be on point. You got to know what not just that, not just spray. You might not have that. You might not have, you have to know how to counter those attacks the best as you can. That's all you got is the best that you can. So, let's skip on to the next one, and I'm gonna go into that a little more here in a second. Stamina. Stamina is a very key, essential element to survival. You have to be able to keep up. Because you can't give up, man. You can't give up. You need to keep pushing and pushing and pushing. So if you're new to this and you're being put out there, what are you going to do? How are you going to sustain yourself and keep moving? How are you going to go up mountains? How are you going to just keep trucking? If you got a mob coming after you, how are you going to keep pushing? You have to train your body. You have to eat healthy. You have to work out. You have to build your cardio to keep pushing. Otherwise, your body's just going to give out, whether you like it or not. And then that's it. So, that's something that's very important and a key element to survival is stamina. Whatever area you're in, whatever terrain, whether you're urban or country or mountains, whatever, you got, and that's where you're intending on staying, you have to be able to deal with that. And like if you're trying to dig holes for whatever reason, for shelter or whatever, cutting branches and shit all day for your thing, you got to be able to sustain that because your stress level is going to be so high that it's going to take a lot out of you. It's going to take a lot out of you. You have to be able to deal with that to save you and your family and friends or whatever. You're going to have to bust ass. And it's not easy. So it's better to train your body ahead of time to lessen the load a bit. The next one, self control. You have to be, because, like I was saying before, this is a stressful situation. Survival is a very stressful situation. You have to be cool, calm, and collected under pressure. Otherwise, you're going to make mistakes. And then those mistakes can cost you your life, and as well as your group, your family, your wife, your children. It can cost you detrimental mistakes. You have to have self control. Um, you don't want to freak out, and it's very easy to do. I know most people watching, they haven't been under them kind of circumstances before. I bet military people, obviously, they have, but most of the other people have not. So you got to keep your composure because you are the one that's got to carry yourself through survival. You are the one that's got to carry your family through these hard times. They need somebody that's mentally okay up here and strong enough to keep everybody good, to keep everybody from all wigging out. Super crucial and detrimental to your survival. Um, the next one, pre knowledge. Pre knowledge is training yourself for different things. It can be medical. You want to train yourself or get trained in at least basic medical procedures, how to treat wounds, how to clean it, and even better is how to do it in like aspect where um like you're out in the woods and you can use primitive skills to treat wounds through different plants and applications and stuff like that. That is super crucial, as well as something like in urban areas or something that's pretty common, But you may not have certain items or clean items or something like that that you can dress yourself or others in a survival situation. So, learning basic first aid, basic trauma care, especially primitive trauma care, is very important because in this type of shit hits the fan scenario, there's not gonna be no hospitals. And besides that, you're going to be well away from hospitals, or at least that's what I'm getting at with you guys. If there was no hospital, no nothing, what are you going to do? People always need medical attention, especially in a situation like this where it's easy to injure yourself, you know, and you don't have a nice warm bed to sleep it off. You can't go in a medicine cabinet and grab some ibuprofen or cold and flu medicine or something like that. You need to learn how to treat yourself and your family in these type of situations. And that just goes with practice and uh, and what's the basic, just treating cuts and tourniquets and maybe stitching up uh, open wounds and one of the biggest things obviously is infections. There's books out there. I have some that shows you how to treat infections with natural plants that's out there. Very crucial, very uh, informative stuff. Um, I highly suggest that. I will get into some of the book things um, here shortly in a different date, but and you get them to indigenous to your area, so it's very good to have in your bug out plan and to learn and study on before that time comes. Um, so you just got to rehearse scenarios is another thing. Pre-plan is the next thing. If a bear comes or a wild animal, this is the plan. If some nutcase or these goons come over and they're gonna try to jack us for our shit or something like that, plan, plan, plan. Plan A, B, C, D, whatever. And if there's a threat that comes to you, hit that son of a bitch with all you got. Don't trust anybody. Don't. This is gonna come and play with the next one that I have. Um, but anyways, play out every scenario. Take precautions. It's kind of like if there's a fire at your house, you want to have a plan for your family. Escape routes, kids. If there's a big ass fire, or if there's a fire or something like that, smoke. You go out your window. You take this route, this route, this route. You have to have plans like that. You have to, because anything could happen, and it probably will. You got to think every nobody's going to be the same. You're going to deal with a whole country or world full of what normally you would think is psychos or like the world's gone rogue or something. And that's basically what's going to be, because everybody's going to be starving to death. Everybody's going to take care of their family. Everybody wants to gather supplies. And they haven't been doing that. Most people haven't been doing that. So too little too late. Now they're going to go look and taking your shit. You have to learn how to deal with that and know that that's going to happen. People are coming for you to take your shit. Be aware, be prepared, be trained, and have a plan of action for that shit. And I want to show them no mercy, man. I mean, you can use your discretion. See, it depends how they come at you and shit like that. But man, because if you end up letting them go, they're gonna come back. They're gonna come back. They're gonna come back a little smarter than they did the first time. I'm not gonna say, what exactly you should do. Everybody use their own discretion. See on that. The last one, number 10, is psychology. Um, Condition yourself to know that what situation you're in and what everybody else is in. Know their mindset. Their mindset is going to be desperation. That's what their mindset's going to be. And like I said before, they're going to come after you. They want what you got. They might sweet talk you. They might try to, you always got them freaking idiots that try to persuade you and those slide talkers and shit like that. Dude, just tell them, dude, get the fuck away from me, dude. Don't sit there and conjugate to these freaking idiots. Don't do it. Because they're gonna wait till you flinch. They're gonna wait till you look down. They're gonna, if you have a weak spot, they're gonna get you on something. Don't do it. Know how people's brain work. Because if not, they're gonna get you, dude. They're gonna get you. That's all I'm saying is they're gonna freaking get you. It's a dog eat dog world when it comes to this shit. Nobody gives a shit about families, or most people. I mean, I would take it in consideration if there's like a logical family that needs help or some, I might take it in consideration. I'm not heartless or nothing like that. But that's why you got to know psychology, because you got to know bullshit when you see it, smell it, and a lot of times it ain't worth the risk. If this dude come up and say, "Oh, my family and blah blah blah," dude, I'm not stupid. If I think you're bullshitting me, I'm gonna get you in that type of situation. I'm not even gonna take that chance. You know, you let him walk. You let him walk. He's gonna come back at you. If I don't think that you're right, I'm gonna get you. And that's why I encourage but just know people, man. Just know people. No bullshit when you smell it. Obviously, if there was like a family and like kids and wife and stuff like that, you don't want to let them, even though they were stupid and didn't prep beforehand and all this shit like that. You know, I don't know. Everybody's different. It just depends on the person, depends on the situation and shit like that. You know, I may help, something like that. You just have to basically interrogate them. You have to find out everything you can about them, and don't be afraid to do that, because they're coming in, knocking on your steps, wanting your shit to keep them alive. They were idiots before, so now they are knocking because they want your shit. So that kind of sets the standard of what kind of people they are. Is, well, you were stupid before, and now you're desperate, but you're still stupid, and you don't want stupid people. You don't want to be taking care of stupid people. So I don't know. It's all in discretion, see. But yeah. So that is my 10 elements of survival. Please take that in consideration because a lot of those things that there's just some people don't think about. They just think of the basics: food, water, shelter, blah 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 blah. But up here is like the ultimate, because you're dealing with the whole world, or at least your country or whatever, that is like a world of zombies. Not literal zombies, but they're gonna be like zombies, man. They just want to come after people that have supplies that they're too stupid enough to gather previously. And it's either you or them. They don't give a shit about you. Think about that. Think about that. Because that will be a life or death situation. That's all I have for you tonight. New World Order Survivor Guy. Please like, share, and subscribe so I can bring you more content. And I'll catch you on the next one.